It finally happened, people. We have gotten rid of that man. The man that made me angry, the man that made me sad, and the man that ruined my football experience at times, Joe Barry. Thank God he is out of here. It feels like Christmas all over again. And life in Green Bay and life in general couldn't be so much better without him. What is up, Packer people? Welcome back to Brennan's Packer Talk and More. I am your host, Brennan Everett, and the Packers with a flurry of moves. I already hinted at one, Joe Barry being gone, but we have two more to talk about. But first of all, I really want to just hone in on this one. Guys, the feeling that is going through me, the feeling I felt this morning, I screamed at the top of my lungs, I kid you not. I didn't scream with anger, I screamed with joy. That Joe Barry, the man who has haunted this team and me for 3 years, is finally gone. He is finally gone. He was atrocious. He needed to go. I don't care what anybody says. The success at the end of the season was not due to Joe Barry. It was due to Matt LaFleur actually stepping in and figuring it out. And that is why he has no job. But anyways, I'm going to put it to you like this. Joe Barry is gone because, and I'm going to get real now. I'm going to get real. When I first saw the Joe Barry hire, I was mad. Rightfully so. Look at his track record. It speaks for itself. He was a part of the Lions team. I think he was defense coordinator at the time of the Lions team that went 0-16. I don't remember if it was defense coordinator or head coach, but either way, he played a major role in that, and they were 0-16. Then he coached the Commanders, I think as a DC, and they were horrible too. And, so the track record alone spoke for itself. Then, he made his way to Green Bay. And of course he did what everybody thought he would do. Stink it up. Now listen, he actually had some good moments. He wasn't horrible, but there was just some things that you cannot keep in this world. With one of them being Joe Barry. And the reason he's really gone, it's not because the defense was always horrible. He was very inconsistent. That is the big word I'm using, and that is the word that a lot of other YouTubers like myself are using. He was just way too inconsistent. I mean, I don't even need the stats to prove how inconsistent this guy was. You would have a game here. I mean, I remember when he did really good against Tampa a couple years ago, like shut them down to 10 points. Then he goes out and gives up like 30 points to like this horrible teams. So, and he always played down to his competition. I mean, you saw it this year. You know, we were shutting out in the opponent. We did good against the Chiefs and Lions. And then all of a sudden we play Tommy DeVito. How does he score 24 points? Then you got the Panthers, 30-plus points. That's the worst team in the league. You're giving up 30-plus points. Then eventually that's exactly when Matt LaFleur stepped in and said, I've had enough of this. So, excuse me, hair's bothering me. But anyways, so yeah, that's when Matt LaFleur stepped in and said, listen, I've had about enough of this. I'm stepping in here. And we're going to make things right. And we're going to right this ship. So that's exactly what Matt LaFleur did. And the defense got significantly better. I don't know if it had anything to do with Joe Barry. I'm sure that, he played a role in that. But I think Matt LaFleur was the bigger role in that. And the reason Mr. Joe Barry is being fired is because, you can only get so long to prove yourself, and he definitely did not prove himself. And yeah, he had a little bit of a run at the end, but that's not enough to keep your job, and that's not going to be good enough for this league. And whether you like it or not, that's your problem. And so, yeah, Mr. Joe Barry, have fun on your way out. And he might, the only role, and I read it too, he might be considered for other roles. The only role I could see him as linebacker coach, he had a lot of success there, and the stats speak for themselves. I will give him that. But when he calls plays, it is bad. I mean bad. I mean, you just don't give up a perfect pass rating to Baker Mayfield while you're at your own home. He was picking apart the zone. But anyways, I'm done talking about Joe Barry. I am so happy he's gone. There are a list of candidates that I think we should get, whether it's Evero, Martindale could be considered, but I'm not really feeling strongly on that one. Al Harris. I mean, Jim Leonard. There's plenty of guys that can be potential candidates to help fix this Packers defense, but we'll see who the Packers choose. I really like Evero, but I don't know if it's actually going to happen. I think he brings the most balance, but you could go for a guy like Wink Martindale and have a better pass rush. You could also go for a guy like Al Harris, who does really good with secondary and building up the secondaries. So, yeah, so I mean, it's very exciting to think about, and hopefully we make the right decision this time around, and we can actually have a successful defense. Now, moving on, because I cannot pronounce this guy. This guy's name, I gotta look on my phone, because I just have no idea how to pronounce this guy's name, or his last name. I know his first name's Jack. What I'm talking about is the Packers signed kicker Jack Podlesny. That's gonna take some time to get used to saying if he does become a full-time member of this team. But, yeah, so remember how Anders Carlson missed that 41-yard field goal that would have made it a 7-point game and put some more pressure on the Niners? Well, see, things in life aren't guaranteed, and being a kicker in the NFL, you're going to have to prove yourself. So now the Packers have signed kicker Jack Podlesny, which his stats at face value look good, but then you start digging a little deeper, you find, back in college, yeah, you see he's 80%, but then you look at his long distance, and it's got a lot of work to do. But, people can change, things can change, and, I mean, he was a career 82% in college, but then when 40 to 40-plus yards happened, it wasn't too good, 50-something%. But anyways, it's good to bring in competition and let Carlson know you're not just going to have the job that easily, and you're going to have to really prove yourself and really work hard this offseason. And I hope, man, I feel for Carlson because he's a rookie. He's got a lot of power on that leg. Hopefully he can work on his accuracy issues and he can get another shot. But if he can't and this guy beats him, then by all means take this guy over him. Kickers, you got to make the kick. So it's just as simple as that. You got one job to do, and I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but man, you can't miss that many kicks in the NFL. It's just not going to fly. I know I couldn't do better myself, and I'm saying that right off the rip, but I mean, you're a professional kicker. You kick just about every day. You got to hit the kicks, especially a 41-yarder in a crucial game against San Francisco, where we should have won that game, no doubt. I don't care about being too young. We should have beat them. But moving on, last bit of news of the Packers flurry today. The Packers flurry of moves. Packers fire strength and conditioning coach Chris Gizi. I don't know how you really say him. I never even heard of him. But obviously we were having a lot of injury issues and conditioning issues. Well, you fire the strength and conditioning guy, Chris Gizi. Hopefully things will get better from here on out, and players can actually stay healthy, and we can get a good guy that can properly condition these guys and get them, and we can lessen the injuries that have been happening. Now, the one question mark I do have is at special teams. Are we going to keep Rich, are we going to get rid of him? I really liked Rich. I thought he had that tremendous run as an interim head coach. He brought the Raiders to the playoffs. I was really pumped for him to be special teams coordinator because he had a lot of experience with it, and it really hasn't been working out as we wanted it to for the past couple years. I definitely think it's gotten better. I don't care what the rankings say. We have been better at special teams, but there's a lot of work to do with special teams. I don't know if Rich is the guy. I want him to be the guy, but I just have no idea if he can be the guy. So that's up to Matt LaFleur. If he does get fired, we'll make a video on that. But just wanted to keep y'all updated with the move. Sorry it was late. Was tired, school, this and that. But anyways, we're about to wrap it up here. I hope y'all have a great day. And as Grassi says, being a Packers fan sure does help. And I hope y'all have a great day, great night, whatever time it is for you when you're watching this video. And go Pack, go. We'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.